um, the hyperapp v2 refactor. Basically, the big change is that page now has a state property, and each block is a different view that kind of implement or that has that shared state. So easier to just demo it than explain. So, for example, if I want to make a to do, I can say, "Hi, this is a task." And press new. That will create a new action down here. Hi, this is a task. Can also like check them. And you can see like state is like changing everywhere. So like this is like a thing that says how many check to dos I have, and if I check to dos it changes. This is like a visualizer of the like actual JSON of the state. And yeah, so kind of this is a page, and the page will have state. So previously it was like each block has a program which has its own individual state, and you connect a block to another block in order to modify the state of that other block. That was a little too like unwieldy. I feel like it was not very ergonomic in programming. I think this was like a more like easy to reason about model. Um, so yeah, that's like the main thing I want to talk about. Some other notes. So yeah, views are functions that go on a page. Um, this is the overall architecture of what it looks like. So we have it start with an app. So app can contain multiple pages. Each page has a program. I forgot to mention that. So program has like an instance of the state. Programs can be put on blocks, and yeah, or programs can be put on pages, and then views can be put on blocks. So this is how it actually like works beneath the hood. So this is like this is my to do program. This basically each program needs to export this like program object. All it needs to contain at the base level is an initial state. So this has like a to-dos property. Let me put them side by side. To-dos, and then input value, as you can see, reflected in the GUI. And then it has different views. So it has like state visualizer, add to-do view, yada yada yada. So it's like, for example, this is the add to-do view is this input with a button. And if we go into the code, that's exactly what it is. It's just an input and it's a button. So basically each of these functions is like a spatially manipulatable view that shares state with the rest of the page. I'm like thinking about what is like the correct model to like reason about this. So I was like looking at HyperCard earlier, where in HyperCard you can kind of like directly manipulate each of the equivalent blocks in the UI itself, and like change different properties for that. And all of it is kind of contained within the HyperCard application. However, for this hypercanvas project, I'm wondering like, is that something I want to go down, or do I want to retain the um do I want to retain the coding aspect of it? Because I think the current like code paradigm where you have files and you have functions in your files and they can reference functions in other files, that's a pretty elegant way of structuring your ideas, and I don't know how scalable a GUI only application would be. And I just like I enjoy coding. I enjoy coding in my text editor. It's nice. So I don't know if I want to get rid of that. That's my current thinking. Um, what else is there? Oh yeah, so this also has an app visualizer. So kind of similar to previous demos where I can visualize the state of my hypercanvas itself. So example, when I'm moving the viewport, it pans the offset values. Can like select and move things. So the view for the blocks. And yeah, so all that works still the same pretty much. But I think the overall program model is a lot simpler than the V1. So if you go in the app visualizer code, it's pretty simple. It's like 78 lines of code. Basically, it will we declare subscriptions very similarly to how subscriptions are declared in vanilla hyperapp, and I just give it a sync app state subscription that basically reads for this event listener, custom event, where is it? Yeah, the listener is for app dispatch, and then whenever app dispatch event happens, it gets this dispatch function, and then updates the internal state of the app state. And this is dispatched manually here in my dispatch middleware. And basically, so it looks like vanilla hyperapp at this point, but it's not actually vanilla hyperapp under the hood because this is all running in under one hyperapp instance, and then all of these programs are kind of virtual hyperapps, and we do that by like having this basically middleware between everything. So like for example, in the view, it wraps the element. It wraps all the programs to encapsulate their state into the state of the current page. In addition, it wraps subscriptions. So, for example, this is like creating subscriptions dedicated to just the page state, and that's how we accomplish all of this. I think that's kind of a lot. Long video, kind of just rambling, but just wanted to record my notes.